If money feels stuck, even though you're doing all the mindset work, you're about to find out why. We'll do a quick 12-point body scan together so you can spot exactly where your energy is blocking the flow. As I read these questions, notice where your body feels open, relaxed, or expansive, and where it tenses or constricts. You're not judging or fixing anything, just observing. Each question relates to one aspect of your money vibration. Tension simply means there's energy ready to shift. Axis 1: Receivingness and Worthiness. When money, appreciation, or help comes your way, do you fully let yourself receive it, or do you feel a flicker of guilt, deflection, or I don't need it energy? Axis 2: Safety in having and keeping. If your bank account balance suddenly doubled, would your body relax or tighten at the thought of holding that much? Axis 3: Abundance set point, scarcity versus sufficiency. When you think about the future, does your nervous system expect there will be enough, or does it brace for not enough? Axis 4: Ease and flow, effort beliefs. Do you believe money can come through ease, rest, and inspiration, or only through constant effort and hustle? Axis 5: Values and integrity alignment. When you imagine earning great money from your gifts, does it feel pure and right, or a little wrong, like profit might mean selling out? Axis number 6: Relationship harmony. Does the idea of making or having more money feel safe for your relationships, or do you worry it would create distance or tension? Axis 7: Agency and possibility, destiny versus choice. When a financial goal feels far away, do you sense you could influence it or that it's out of your hands? Axis number 8: Financial self-efficacy. When you face practical money tasks like pricing, budgeting, or taxes, do you feel capable and curious or intimidated and avoidant? Axis number 9: Risk and growth resilience. How does your body respond to the thought of taking a small, uncertain step like raising a price or testing a new offer? Axis 10: Comparison and belonging. When you picture yourself thriving financially among peers or mentors, do you feel you belong there or like an outsider? Axis 11: Joy money integration. Do you let joy, play, and pleasure coexist with earning and spending, or do you separate fun from responsible money stuff? Axis 12: Future security and time optimism. When you think about your long-term financial future, does your body feel calm and trusting, or tight, anxious, and rushed? Take a slow breath as you heard those questions. One or more of them probably created a little tight spot in your body, maybe in your chest, your throat, or your stomach. That's the area where your money energy is asking for attention right now. Just jot down the phrase or moment that created the strongest contraction. You don't need to fix it yet. Simply noticing it starts the release. Next, I'll guide you through a 3-step process to clear the block and open your flow back toward receiving and ease. After this, I'll share about how you can get my personalized help in identifying and releasing money blocks. Okay, so if one or two areas felt tight or heavy for you, that's your body flagging a money block. Step 1 is to release the charge. When you feel that tension or discomfort in your body, pause and ask yourself, what am I believing right now? And just notice whatever comes to mind. It might sound something like, I'll never catch up, people will judge me, or it's not safe to want more. You don't need to fix it yet. Just notice what your mind is saying when you feel the tension in your body. Because the moment you name the thought, your body and energy system realizes you're listening and it starts to soften. That's what releasing the charge really means. You stop fighting the feeling, and that's when the energy begins to move and the block begins to release. Step 2 is to soothe the charge and move it up the emotional scale. Once you have noticed the belief behind the uncomfortable feeling, your job is to find a thought that helps soothe that feeling at least a little bit. You're not looking for what's logical or what your mind might believe you should be thinking. You're looking for what actually releases some tension in your body. To do that, it needs to be something that feels true. So you're not trying to fake it till you make it. You're trying to focus until you feel it. You want to focus on finding a soothing thought until you really feel the shift in your body. You feel some of the tension relax and some of the discomfort start to soften. One way to approach this is, instead of trying to force yourself to make a big leap from fear straight to joy, for example, you reach for something 1 or 2 steps higher on the emotional scale. If you've never worked with the emotional scale before, I've linked a video up here and also down below that walks you through it, and another video that shows you how to journal your way up the emotional scale from the most resistant, worst feeling emotion to the least resistant, best feeling emotion. To give an example, maybe the block you identified in step 1 was in the self-worth axis, and the thought said something like, I must be doing something wrong. And when you look at the emotional scale, that thought feels most like discouragement. And so you might then reach for blame, because blame is just 1 step higher on the emotional scale. So it's easier for you to authentically feel from discouragement, but it feels slightly better, so it moves you up the emotional scale. The key here is to find any thought that does 2 things. 1, it feels true to you, and 2, it genuinely gives you some soothing, softening, or a sense of relief in your body. Step 3 is to stabilize in the higher vibration. Once you've softened the charge and moved at least 1 step up the emotional scale, you want to keep going with that same process of moving thought by thought up the scale until you reach at least hopefulness. Hopefulness is the point on the scale where you're no longer in resistance, but you've moved to a state of allowing. Allowing money, allowing solutions, allowing in what you're asking for. When you get to hopefulness, you can stabilize there, or you can keep moving higher on the scale. When I say stabilize, what I mean is that you make several statements that resonate at that level on the emotional scale. So if you're stabilizing a feeling of hopefulness, you might say things like, things are already starting to turn around for me. I'm beginning to see where money can flow more easily. I actually feel capable of changing this. You want to repeat those kinds of thoughts until the new, better feeling vibration feels steady, not forced, just familiar. You'll know you've stabilized it when the old thought doesn't feel believable anymore, and the new perspective feels like your default. That's when the block has truly released, because your energy on that topic now matches the version of you who's already receiving with ease. If you felt your body respond during that 12-axis money scan, even subtly, that's important. It means your energy system is already revealing where your next money breakthrough is ready to happen. That is exactly what we will work on together inside my Manifest Faster psychic reading session. Today and tomorrow, I've opened a dedicated window for sessions specifically devoted to money vibration recalibration. Together, we'll go straight to the exact money axis your body already revealed, and I'll walk you through a precision diagnostic to clear and stabilize that pattern so money can flow more naturally, easily, and abundantly. If this already feels like a yes in your system, trust that and join me for this session. You'll find the link below and you can use the code MONEY100 to get $100 off. Remember, every time you release even a little resistance, you're lining up more precisely with what you've been asking for. It doesn't take pushing or proving, just awareness, soothing, and consistency. If you try the process we went over in this video and notice even one small shift, celebrate that. It means the energy's already moving. And if you want to go deeper into this kind of work, I recommend watching this video next. It walks you through how to journal your way up the emotional scale. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy manifesting.